Hey everybody, welcome to the Your Life Blueprint Sound Vibrations. And if it's Wednesday, it must be Communicator Day. Hooray! It's Communicator Day. So be a communicator today. Go out and, make sure you are understood. And also, listen. Listen to others, because that's a big part of communicating as well. Listening. The great philosopher, spiritual teacher, spiritual leader named Krishnamurti had this communicator in his spiritual blueprint. So I'm going to read a little bit from him today, some questions that were asked of him and his answers. He was kind of a radical communicator, or in the East called a jnana yogi, because his dharma, his outer spiritual nature, was governed by the rebel. So he was very rebellious and also, wanted to change things and upset the norm like that. So in both areas, the spiritual and the dharma, he was very independent, because the communicator is very independent, and then that rebel, extremely independent in his dharma. So I'll also play the vibrations today, which is the fourth, the interval of the fourth, and the key of E. And you can burn some cedar incense if you like. And wear the color green, or be around green today. Green is the Wednesday color. This is as close to green as I get. It's a dark green. But all of these things, the vibration, the words, the colors, the sense, will put you in touch with where you have this communicator in your blueprint today. So the question is, you said one day we should sit quietly and watch the activity of our own mind. But our thoughts disappear as soon as we begin consciously to observe them. How can we perceive our own mind when the mind is the perceiver as well as that which is perceived? Good question. Krishnamurti said, that is a very complex question, and many things are involved in it. Now, if there is a perceiver, is there a perceiver or only perception? Please follow this closely. Is there a thinker or only thinking? Surely the thinker does not exist first. First, there is thinking, and then thinking creates the thinker, which means that a separation in thinking has taken place. It is when this separation takes place that there comes into being the watcher and the watched, the perceiver and the object of perception. As the questioner says, if you watch your mind, if you observe a thought, that thought disappears. It fades away. But there is actually only perception, not a perceiver. When you look at a flower, when you just see it, at the moment, is there an entity who sees in that moment? Is there an entity who sees? Or is there only seeing. Seeing the flower makes you say, how nice it is, I want it. So the I comes into being through desire, fear, greed, ambition. Which follow in the wake of seeing. It is these that create the I, and the I is non-existent without them. If you go deeper into this whole question, you will discover that when the mind is very quiet, completely still, when there is not a movement of thought and therefore no experiencer, no observer, then that very stillness has its own creative understanding. It is that stillness, the mind, in that stillness, the mind is transformed into something else. But the mind cannot find that stillness through any means, through any discipline, through any practice. It does not come about through sitting in a corner and trying to concentrate. That stillness comes when you understand the ways of the mind. It is the mind that has created the stone image which people worship. It is the mind that has created the Gita, has created the organized religions, the innumerable beliefs, and to find out what is real, you must go beyond the creations of the mind. To find out what is real, you must go beyond the creations of the mind. To find out what is real, you must go beyond the creations of the mind. Think deeply today about what is real.